Hello AP Biology students, we're going to go over the 8th section in Unit 3. And in this section, we're going to cover the organelle where photosynthesis occurs, which is known as the chloroplast. If you remember back to the last unit when we talked about the endosymbiotic theory, you'll remember that chloroplasts and mitochondria were once free-living bacteria that eukaryotic cells created a symbiotic relationship with. In other words, these eukaryotic cells took on these bacteria and kept them around as organelles. So that leads us to understand that chloroplasts actually will have two membranes, an inner and an outer membrane. The solution inside the chloroplast is known as the stroma. I know it sounds very close to stomata, which are the openings on the underside of leaves, but try to remember that the stroma is the liquid on the inside. We also have these photosynthetic discs that are called thylakoids. I like to remember them as photosynthetic pancakes. And a stack of these thylakoids is called a granum. Plural for granum is called grana. I know there's a lot of words here. The liquid inside these thylakoids is known as lumen. It's important to remember all these locations because in the next couple sections we're going to be learning about the processes and we have to know where these processes occur. Within the chloroplast, we have something called a photosystem, which is a group of pigments and electron acceptors that are going to be inside the thylakoid membrane. These are going to act as basically a solar power plant for the chloroplast. And there are two types, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. We'll get into the differences in the next couple sections. The pigments that are in these photosystems are going to observe certain wavelengths of light. Remember that the visible light spectrum is made of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and indigo or violet or purple. Pigments are going to absorb different wavelengths of this light. And specifically, they act kind of like a solar panel for the solar panel plant. No, that's not a pun. Remember that the photosystems are like a solar power plant, while a pigment is just a solar panel. Chlorophyll is going to be the most abundant of these pigments that are going to be found in the thylakoid membrane. There will be other pigments incorporated in the photosystem, such as carotenoids and anthocyanins, but chlorophyll is the main one. If you look at the pigments in this absorption spectrum, you can see that the plants absorb the reds and oranges and yellows and the blues and purples pretty well. However, they don't absorb the green light very well. This is why plants are green. They absorb all the other colors pretty well, except for green. This is what it's reflected back into our eyes, and that's why plants appear green. This is what pigment looks like. You can see it is a longer molecule and then has an absorption area here at the top. But these again are found in the photosystems, which are in the thylakoid membrane within the chloroplasts. Again, I know there's a lot of terms here, but we have to know where these things are occurring for the next couple sections. I like to include this chart to show the different colors that are going to be present in the plants. And we're not going to get into why plants appear different colors in the fall, but basically the chlorophyll stops getting produced and the other pigments can be seen then, even though they're there throughout the whole year. But there are many pigments within the plant's chloroplast that help them absorb light. Again, I just love these memes. Perfect. Here's another one. Just great.